Welcome to another episode of Just Joe Thoughts. I'm your host, Joe. You know what? I'm gonna just jump right into it. There's a silly discussion online right now that the people are having. That women are asked this question about: who would you rather run up against in the woods, a man or a bear? And most women, majority of women, say they would rather run up against a bear. Why? Why would you rather run up against a bear? And the arguments that a lot of women are saying is that, a bear can kill you, right? A man can also kill you, but also a man can grape you, okay? And you would rather be killed than having to be killed and graped. I get it. However, I would still choose man. If you're smart, you would still choose a man, right? If you're smart, if you're really thinking about this, you'll still choose a man because you have a better chance of surviving a man versus a bear. If you were to deal with a bear, this will have to be a closed casket funeral, okay? They would have to pull out your dental records just to recognize who you are. Because after a bear is done with you, they wouldn't recognize you. You would be mauled to death. So obviously the smart decision would be, you would rather run up against a man. Okay. And for those of you who are saying, but a man can grape you, he can do so much harm to you. Do you know the percentage of men that are in prison for violent crime? It's less than 1%. So that means you would have to run up against 100 men in order to finally run up against that 1% man that would probably hurt you. And yet you'll still choose a bear. But why? Why are women saying they would rather choose a bear? Right? Why would they pretty much decide to go against logic? Why would women decide that, you know what, I would rather face a bear versus a man? A lot of that has to do with the state that we are in today's society. A lot of it has to do with feminism. Feminism is pretty much teaching women that men are dangerous, that men are no good, that men will do you harm, that men are bad. That's what feminism are telling women. And the reality is, most men will actually fight the bear to protect you. Let's say you don't run up against a man or a bear. Your chances of survival is actually higher with running up against a man than not running up against either or. Think about that for a second. If you would rather run up against a bear or a man, and let's say neither, I'm sure the option would be neither. But you have a greater chance of surviving if you were to run up against a man than running up against neither. Because who's going to build the shelter for you? Right? Who's going to actually do the work that is necessary for survival in the woods? How are you going to survive in the woods at night? Do you know how to make a fire? Do you know how to build a shelter? Like, let's think about this, right? So a lot of these ideas that we have, right, why women are selecting the bear over a man is because you are being conditioned to think against your primary instinct to depend on men. A smart and wise woman understand the purpose of a man and understand that a man is needed in society, that men are needed. There is no society without men because men built society. Like you would find online where a whole bunch of women are asked, do we need men? And you'll find so many women say, no, we don't need a man. No, we don't need a man. These same women, just look at the clothes that they have on. Just look at the what they have in their hands. They have cell phones in their hands. Just look at the cars that they're driving, right? Just look at the homes that they're living in, right? They're telling you that they don't need men, yet everything that they are utilizing for their survival was made and created by a man. See, that's why I said if you are smart, you would say you would rather run up against a man instead of a bear. But a lot of you are not thinking. A lot of you are pretty much caught up in your emotions, are pretty much caught up in fear, in the fear that you are constantly being conditioned to accept for your reality. And the reality is your chances of survival is better with a man. So that's just my thoughts, just your thoughts. Take that with a grain of salt if you want. Let me know what you think. Peace.